Good morning, class. We're in social studies. We're on section 2. It is Wednesday the 9th. We talked yesterday about the economist, and if we want to keep these straight in our mind, the economist always asks, money, money, money. How should I spend my money? Where should I spend my money? How much does it cost? Do I have coupons to make it cheaper? Where can I get the best deal? The economist is always trying to take care of its needs and its wants. So they're going to ask lots of questions like that. Today we're shifting gears to the social science of geography. What is about the geography of the regions of the country that we'll be studying? Now remember, if you don't want to listen to my voice read you your text, you're welcome to go find your text online. First, go to the top of your screen, click on Clever. When you get into the Clever, scroll down until you find TCI. Click on TCI. On the left-hand sidebar, you click on Text, and then just turn the page till you get to page 5, the social science of geography, just like I showed you in your Zoom call yesterday. If you're with me, here we go. You are on a trip somewhere new. Nothing looks familiar. You don't recognize the countryside. You don't recognize the buildings or even the people. You begin to feel a little lost. Finally, you ask yourself, where am I? You could use some help from another social scientist called a geographer. A geographer studies geography. Geography is the study of the earth. I'm going to switch gears. I'm going to get that down on my assignment here. Geography, the definition, you can find in the yellow box. The study of the natural and human features of Earth's surface. Notice the apostrophe S there because the Earth is owning the surface. And its climate. And life forms. Wow, so what am I going to do to decorate my hat? Alright, well I'm going to draw some mountains on there. That would be a natural thing a geography would look at. I'm also going to draw some tall buildings on there. Those are human. Okay? Those are human features. A building or a house. That's a classic house, right? With a little front door and a little window. Okay? You might want to draw a river. A river would be another natural feature. Oceans, lakes, valleys, streams. In other words, look outside. What do you see? That's geography. I see a house. I see a bunch of trees. I see a woods. I see a stream. Okay? So the study of the nature and human features of Earth's surface and the climate and life forms. So how hot it is, geographer would study that. The temperature in Florida is a lot different than the temperature in Wisconsin in the middle of the winter. Geographer would study that. Here's some more. Geographers like to know where places are on maps. The study of Earth's surface to find out what physical features lie around them. They also study climate and plants and animals. Geographers use maps and globes to show the features of our planet's surface. Land, water, plants, and animals are part of nature, so they are called natural features. Towns, roads, bridges, dams are built by people, so they are called human features. So if God made it, natural feature. If it was made by man, that would be considered a human feature. The United States has a great range of natural and human features. It has mountains, deserts, rivers, and lakes. Our nation has large cities filled with people and buildings. It has tiny towns, miles of highways and roads, and vast empty space. Think of yourself as a geographer. You are studying the natural and human features of your community. These are artifacts and natural objects might help you in your study. Now, if you take a look at this list down here, that'll help us with number 1 on our worksheet at the bottom. I'm going to try to get them side by side here. First one is maps. A geographer always looks at maps, and there are lots of different types of maps. Number 2, a geographer would look at weather records. How hot was it? How dry was it? When are we expecting the next rain? What will that rain do to the Earth's surface? Geographers concerned about all those things. Number 4, newspaper articles. Number 4, buildings. Number 5, wildflowers. Now after this one I'm going to put plants, so we're not thinking it's just flowers. Any kind of plants. Certain plants can grow in certain areas. Geographers would be interested in that. And number 6, birds' nests. Now birds' nests, let's put that in parentheses, animals. Certain animals live in certain places. We don't see many bear in our part of Wisconsin, but if you went farther north, you would see more bears. And so a geographer would be interested in which animals live where. Now we can ask ourselves some questions. What questions might you ask? First question that pops into my mind is, what natural features are here? Question mark. Did you know we had an unbelievable natural feature right here in Milwaukee? It's called Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan is one of the largest freshwater lakes in the whole entire world, and we live right next to it. A geographer would say that's pretty important. Number 2, how many people live here? Now, in Milwaukee, we have about 600,000 people. The city's a lot different than where I grew up. When I grew up, the city I lived in was 13,000 people. Almost everybody knew everybody in my small town. When I moved to Milwaukee, it was really different. If I was a geographer, I'd say, wow, this looks a lot different because there's a lot more people here. What animals or plants live here? And then, like yesterday, number 4, you're on your own. Come up with one question. Feel free to reread the text if you need to, and come up with that 4th question. Now, guys, as we're starting to correct your papers, we are doing a terrible job. Our names are lacking. First of all, some of you guys in my class, there's 2 of you. And so when you just put your first name, we're having a tough time knowing who it is. Some of you guys are putting your initials. That doesn't help me either. So get into the really good habit of putting your whole name. I'm Mr. Bauer. Nobody can mistake this assignment for mine. So go to the top, check to make sure your name's on there. You may check off your social studies for today. Feel free to go to TCI and work on the game for this chapter. God bless your afternoon.